it on and create this Showmaster password function. And to do that, I'm going to put it in a separate file because I want to separate the logic for the master password dialog and the padlock dialog, and later on the password list code. So let's create a new function here, call it master password. It's a script, so we've got that master password there. Now we give it a title and we just write some summary there. Now we're going to create the function for the Showmaster password, and there it is. Now what am I doing here? Well, I'm passing in a variable called signing in, and then I'm going to show the progress bar just to give the user some feedback. And right, I've commented this, only create the master password modal if not exists. Now what we're doing here is creating a modal dialog box where we're going to have input boxes for accepting the master password. And we're going to put two buttons, submit and cancel. Now we don't want to create this modal box every time if we are displaying the master password more than once during our session. So to do that, we've created a global variable called modal master password. And so what I'm doing is I'm just checking it at the start if it's undefined. If it is, then let's create it. So we create our modal dialog using the UI tool, and we're going to create an event for if someone presses the button. And so we need to create this function next. Now, as the comments say, two actions are performed here. So we check against the stored password, and master password is either created or updated. So what we're doing here is checking the button. Is OK means the submit button was pressed, otherwise the cancel button was pressed. So if it's is OK is false, then we just return. We don't want to do any more any further processing. After that, we show the progress bar just to give the user some feedback, and then we are putting the value from our of the password in local variable, and we're just now checking if the is signing in parameter we saved equals true. Then we're checking, then we need to just check the password value entered into the input box against what's stored locally. If it's true, if it's okay, then we can call our login success function. Otherwise, we are going to say incorrect password, try again. And we're going to call Showmaster password again with the signing on because it's true. If signing in was false, it means we're editing the password. So we're just going to check the length is 6 characters or more. So it's just simple or basic authentication here. And we're just going to check, or validation, sorry, and we're just going to check, and if not, Showmaster password again, return. If it is, then we can save the text and we can save it into our Vault file. Right, so that's our modal password master password entry done for now. You can, or you should be able to run it at this point, and you will see it load up and come up with an error, and that error is the Padlock.js not found. And so we need, although actually, as you can see, it is running, continues to run the application, and we now see the master password dialog open, which is great. So let us now fix that error by creating, which is what it is here, that's where it's failing, Padlock.js. And we need to create our Padlock.js, and what it's going to contain is this function here called show padlock. and we need to show the padlock with the title and so forth. So let's generate that file now. So we call it padlock. What we need to do is create a function for show padlock. And we're also going to have one for hide padlock. So it's like a get and set, but this is just basic functions for now. Right, so what we want to do in this padlock is to just literally show the layout of the padlock. So we're going to create a layout. So we'll call it padlock layout, lay padlock, and we're going to just set the visibility of this padlock. And that's basically what we want to do. To hide the padlock, we want to set visibility to gone. So it's no longer visible or accessible to you, right, to the user. So that's our basic setup all done. Now, at the moment, of course, we don't have a padlock to show. So we need to generate that padlock, we need to create it. So we can go back and do that now. I'm just going to put those back against the thing so I can... Okay, so we're going to show the padlock and we're going to hide it, created functions. But we need to also create our padlock layout if it doesn't exist. So what I'm going to do at the start of the show padlock function is just check if the padlock layout has actually been created. So if it's existing, oops, undefined, then we want to load padlock. So we want to create it basically, so we want to load it up. Or we could actually call it what it is. Create padlock layout. Let's just do that. Makes it even easier, doesn't it? Okay, so now we need to create this function. So let's create that. Copy paste makes it life a lot easier for avoiding spelling mistakes. Now I'm going to just paste in code I have already created just to save on you waiting around. Right, the next step for this application is to set up the biometric stuff so we can capture the fingerprint of the user. So we have our button for the icon, but we don't currently have a set on touch because we're going to use fingerprint recognition. I'm going to give the user 3 attempts. If after that 3rd attempt it still hasn't worked, we're going to send them to the master password dialog. So let's create a function called setup biometric. Oops, can't spell. That's right, I think. Okay. And in here we're going to set up and call the biometric functions and set up our global variable counter. So here it is. We have our global counter, we set it at 0. We have our global variable, which fires off the actual software for starting up the biometric process. And then we just need to do a couple of checks against this variable if the hardware is detected or if the user hasn't enrolled fingerprints yet. And if either of them fail, we need to quit the application because their device doesn't have it hardware or they haven't set it up. Now actually if you want to find out more on this, under the Docs tab here you can go into plugins down here, and biometric will be in this list. Tap on biometric and you have all of the information that is associated with a biometric setup, and alongside at the bottom you have examples. So I do encourage you to look at this for more information. And actually in here we have a setup and we have a bio1 auth, which basically what we're doing here. So we need to just do that and create our method, our function, sorry, our callback function for the authorization process. Now what we want to do for our callback function is something slightly different to what the example has been given. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're incrementing our counter. If the attempts is greater than 2, then we need to show too many failed attempts and show the master password dialog, sending true because that's the flag which you set for signing on. If otherwise it's less than 2, we need to just show, we're going to show a pop-up on what the type is, just for basically for us really. You don't want to do that in the real app. But if the type is success, we're going to call a function called login success. We haven't created this yet, but we're going to do that very soon. And that's just going to then load up the password list, which is where we are going to go in the next step. So what we now need to do, we have our function for setting up the biometric. We need to call it. So if we do copy paste this, and if we go up here, we could put it onto this show padlock at the top. So if the layout is undefined, we know we haven't set anything up yet. So we could add it here, and then we know it's being set up and it's ready. So we set up the biometric, then we create the padlock layout, and we set the visibility to show. So let's go and do that next step. Actually, let's create our login success, and we'll move it on to the password list following. So let's put our function login success in the master password because it just sort of fits more there. So our login success is being created, and what are we doing? Well, we're showing the progress for loading, and we're actually going to call the script password list.js to draw our password list on the screen. And then once it's done, we'll hide the progress. So the next step is to create our file password list. So copy paste the word, makes it a lot easier, as you say, for avoiding spelling mistakes, and it's so easy to do it. So there we are. Let's create our password list file. We've given it a title, quick summary, and a version number. It's just good practice to do this, really, I think.